Hey everyone, welcome back to Review with Harper and Max. Today we're talking about one of those things you don't really think about until you really, really wish you had it. A good dash camera. Whether it's a hit and run in a parking lot, some wild highway maneuver from a half-asleep driver, or just protecting yourself from creative stories after a fender bender, having clear video can be the difference between no problem and huge headache. So in this video, I've got 7 different dash cameras lined up, from compact, no-fuss options all the way to seriously advanced setups with 4K video, Wi-Fi apps, and full 24/7 parking surveillance. I'll walk through what each one actually feels like in real-world use, what stands out, and who I think each one is best for. And of course, all product links are in the description if you want to check out the current price or specs while you watch. Let's start with something small and simple. Then we'll work our way up to the crazy 3-channel 4K monster at the end. Number 1. E-Yeeger S60 Compact, No-Nonsense Starter. This is the kind of dash cam you buy when you don't want a big screen, you don't want a ton of settings, you just want good footage and peace of mind. Front camera, 2.5K, 2560 by 1440. Rear camera, 1080p. Both with ultra-wide angles, so you're not missing what happens in the next lane. A small 2-inch IPS screen that does the job without distracting you. What I like about this one is the balance. It's small enough that it kind of disappears behind the mirror, but the video you get out of it is still sharp enough to read plates and signs. Night performance is handled by a starlight sensor and a 6-layer glass lens with a 170-degree field of view, so low-light footage doesn't turn into a noisy mess. It's not cinematic, but it's absolutely usable evidence. Feature-wise, it covers the essentials. Loop recording so it just keeps going even when the card fills up. G-sensor that locks footage when it detects a collision. 24-hour parking monitor with time-lapse, with a hardwire kit. Adjustable 360-degree suction cup that makes it easy to stick, rotate, and move between cars. If you're looking for a compact, affordable, install-it-and-forget-it camera that still gives you clear front and rear coverage, the S60 is a very easy one to live with. Number 2. Virrow X5 Dual Dash Cam. The X5 Dual Dash Cam steps things up a notch in both resolution and user experience. Here you're getting 4K video up front, 2.5K at the rear, 170 degrees front, 165 degrees rear, so blind spots are minimized. A 3.39-inch touchscreen instead of tiny, clicky buttons. The 4K footage is where this one earns its place. Daytime shots have that extra detail. You can pause and zoom in on signs or plates and still make them out clearly. At night, the combo of f1.8 aperture, a 6-layer lens, and WDR helps keep license plates readable even under streetlights and headlights. You also get loop recording as standard, G-sensor collision lock, 24/7 parking guard with time-lapse, again with a hardwire kit, and a free 64GB card in the box, so you're not hunting for storage on day one. Installation uses adhesive instead of a suction cup, which some people prefer because it's lower profile and less likely to fall off in heat. If you want a dash cam that feels a bit more modern, nice touchscreen, app support, 4K clarity, without getting overly complicated, the X5 hits a pretty sweet spot. Number 3. Iiwey N5. This one is in a totally different category. This isn't just front and rear, this is 4 channels, giving you a full 360-degree view around your car. Front, rear, left side, right side, or interior, depending how you angle it. Each channel records in 1080p, and there's even a mode for 2.5K plus 1080p plus 1080p plus 1080p if you want a bit more detail on the front. Field of view is wide, 170 degrees front and rear, 150 degrees on the sides. So if you're worried about side swipes, people walking up to the car, or you drive rideshare and want cabin coverage too, this is the system that can actually show what happened from every angle. A few practical notes. It comes with a 128GB SD card pre-installed, which is generous. It uses a supercapacitor, not a battery, so it handles heat and long-term use better. Number 4. Redtiger F7 In Touch. The Redtiger F7 In Touch is where things start to feel pretty high-end without going absolutely crazy. You're getting 4K UHD front recording, 1080p rear, a STARVIS 2 sensor with a 170-degree front and 140-degree rear field of view, a 3.18-inch touchscreen plus physical buttons. The image quality is seriously good, especially in low light. With WDR plus HDR plus, that STARVIS 2 sensor, night footage looks clean. Plates, lane markings, pedestrians, all much more visible than on older or cheaper cams. The quality of life features are where this one shines. Voice control, so you can lock videos, turn Wi-Fi on, or capture scenery without taking your hands off the wheel. Built-in GPS, records your speed and route right into the footage. 5.8 GHz Wi-Fi, up to approximately 20 megabytes per second downloads to your phone via the Redtiger app. And a 128 gigabyte card included, which is a big plus out of the box. For protection, continuous loop recording, G-sensor to lock incident clips, 24-hour parking monitor with both impact-triggered and time-lapse modes with a hardwire kit. If you want that mix of sharp 4K video, great night vision, GPS, fast Wi-Fi, and a responsive touchscreen, the F7 In Touch feels like a very well-rounded choice. Number 5. Rove R2-4K Dual. The Rove R2-4K Dual is one of those dash cams that packs in a ton of tech, but still manages to be approachable. You get 4K front, 3840 by 2160 at 30 frames per second, 1080p rear at 30 frames per second, 150-degree front and 140-degree rear viewing angles. The key here is the Sony STARVIS 2 IMX675 sensor on the front, paired with a big f1.5 aperture up front and f1.8 at the rear. That combo pulls in a lot of light, so night footage isn't just barely usable. You actually see colors, plate details, and road texture clearly. Then there's all the connectivity. Dual-band Wi-Fi, 2.4 plus 5 GHz, with up to 20 megabytes per second download speed. A solid Rove app for viewing, downloading, and configuring. Built-in GPS with live speed and compass on the 3-inch IPS display. PC Mac GPS player support for route playback. They also include a 128 GB micro SD card in the box, and the cam supports up to 1 TB, which is kind of insane. Feature-wise, it's loaded. Loop recording, motion detection, G-sensor emergency lock, screensaver, voice guidance, support for CPL filter, 24/7 parking mode with time-lapse, motion, and collision detection with hardwire kit. If you want a cam that feels very future-proof, handles night driving really well, and gives you a ton of tuning options, the R2-4K Dual is a very strong long-term option. Number 6. Vantrue S1 Pro. The Vantrue S1 Pro is built for people who care about clarity at speed. Recording options: Dual, 1944p front plus 1080p rear at 30 frames per second, or Solo, 1440p front at 60 frames per second if you want ultra-smooth footage of the road ahead. Both lenses are 160-degree ultra-wide, and you've got optional CPL filters to cut windshield glare. For image quality, STARVIS 2 sensors, f1.8 aperture, dual HDR on front and rear. In real driving, rain, bright sun, night highways, that combo gives you stable exposure and sharp detail. Plates don't just blow out into white streaks when headlights hit them. On the smart side, 5 GHz Wi-Fi with the Vantrue app for live preview, downloading, and OTA firmware updates. Built-in GPS that logs route, speed, and location. Voice control in multiple languages for hands-free operation. Optional emergency button you can stick near the wheel. Parking protection is robust. 4 parking modes. 15-second pre-recorded motion detection, so you see what led up to an event. Collision detection, low frame rate/low bitrate modes to save card space with hardwire kit. It also uses a supercapacitor instead of a battery and supports cards up to 512 gigabytes. If you drive a lot, commuting, road trips, mixed weather, and you want smooth, reliable footage with serious night performance, the S1 Pro makes a ton of sense. Number 7. Vantrue N4 Pro S. Finally, the heavyweight, Vantrue N4 Pro S. This is for people who want everything recorded, front, inside, and rear, in genuinely high quality. In full 3-channel mode, 4K front, 1080p inside, 2.5K rear. All 3 cameras use STARVIS 2 sensors, which is rare and a big deal if you care about clarity in all directions. If you don't need the cabin view, you can switch to 4K front plus 2.5K rear, which extends recording time and runs cooler. The rear camera uses an IMX662 STARVIS 2 sensor, is IP67 waterproof, and is built to handle tough climates on bigger vehicles. Then there's their Plate Pix Plus Night Vision 4.0 system. At Adaptive HDR, STARVIS 2 IMX678 up front, better plate recognition in extreme low light and tricky lighting. Translation: if something happens at night, this is one of the best setups you can have for clearly capturing who, what, and which plate. On the smart features side, 5 GHz Wi-Fi for fast transfers and live view, OTA firmware updates via the Vantrue app, full 24/7 parking mode with buffered motion detection, captures 10 seconds before events, impact detection, storage-friendly low bitrate, low FPS modes, support for up to 1 TB micro SD. Alright, that's the full lineup. If you want something simple and compact that just covers front and rear without breaking the bank, the E-Yeeger S60 is an easy pick. If you want 4K clarity with a modern feel, the X5, Redtiger F7N Touch, and Rove R2 4K Dual are all really solid, each with its own twist. If you care about full coverage and professional-level protection, the Iiwey N5, Vantrue S1 Pro, and especially the Vantrue N4 Pro S are built for people who treat their car like an office on wheels. Let me know in the comments, which one fits your situation best? Are you more of a simple and reliable driver, or a record absolutely everything just in case person? If this helped you narrow things down, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Drive safe, and let the dash cam do the arguing for you.